for schooling. In this video, you would learn how to apply to Western Cape College of Nursing. So, here is how you begin. This is the page you should get to, and it's very important to do this on a desktop or on a laptop. I could use my phone, but then if I would use my phone, I would have to use it in landscape mode so I can see all of the options and all of the fields that I have to complete. So rather than using landscape mode on your phone, I think it's rather better to use a laptop, right? So let's go into the process. So this is the home screen, and before you think of applying, this was the process for 2023. Before you think of applying, you need to read through the instructions, read through and take note of the instructions, especially the bank details, because you need to pay the application fee of $150, and you want to be sure that you're paying to the right bank account. So let's go into the steps. So this is the application. Once you've gone through the instructions, you click on applications on the left menu or left bar, right? And this page indicates all your applications submitted successfully, as well as their status. So if you've submitted an application, you find it here, and you'll see if it's still pending. If it has been, you just see your status just at this point here, this part that says pending. So you can also decide to cancel your applications. I wonder why you apply. I wonder why you want to do that, but that is how you cancel. That button is tricky, it shouldn't be there. So yeah, so this is how it all begins, the whole process. You first begin with entering your personal details, and at this point you have to upload your passport documents, and you have to tick in the relevant checkboxes as it applies to you. And then you have to, if you are a registered nurse, you'd have to upload your SANC certificate of registration and so on, and then you just fill in this part, all of these as it concerns you, and once you're done you can move to the next step. And notice, this is very important, you have to upload certified copies of these documents. Like, you have to upload the certified copy of your SANC certificate if you are a registered nurse, or any document at all, right? So the next step would be to complete all fields, and I already mentioned that part. And now you'd also need to enter your address as it is, just as it is here. You just fill in your address, and then you have to, I think there are like two addresses, the book address and the work address, and there's also the physical address. So once you fill in the physical address, and then you would see the next section for postal address. At that point you can just decide to tick same as physical, so you don't have to fill in everything, especially if your postal address is the same as the physical address. You just tick same as physical, so you don't have to fill in everything from the beginning. Same with the work address and the courier address, right? So now after that you would have to complete relative details. That's the next section, and this part here, you complete relative details. So okay, alright, continuing from where we stopped. So you need to fill in your relative details. You could also see it as your next of kin details. So you specify if the person is your father, or how you just specify how, and then his title, his initials, and first names, last name, surname rather, ID or passport, country of reference, of residence. Let me try expanding this a bit. So region, Gauteng, email address, primary mobile number, relative / alternative mobile number, work number, home language, and it goes on. And then you also have to fill in the physical address, I think, and then you click next when you're done with filling all this information. Ensure you complete this information, especially before you click next. It's very important. So on clicking next, you would now get to the part where you have to, and where you'll be asked some certain questions, the 10 meters, and the application questions. So at this point, you have to ask application question, though the system would ask you, or you'll be asked application questions. Some of them include, let's just go. So have you been convicted of a criminal offense? And you either say yes or no. Are you applying for residency? Yes, no, or yes. Did you apply for study by assignment? No or yes. If you are applying for a postgraduate diploma in nursing, please confirm if you have at least 2 years experience in the field of study. No or yes. Do you have a personal number? No or yes. If you tick yes, you then have to insert the personal number. Do you have a SANC number? No or yes. If you tick yes, you have to put that SANC number. So yeah, you just tick no or yes depending on the answer, depending on what the answer you have, the one that is applicable to you. So yeah, and then it's not over. I think there are more questions. Where did you hear about Western Cape College of Nursing? You can just specify either it's on Facebook or newspaper adverts or billboards or wherever it is. You just specify, or if it's somewhere else that has not been listed here, you can just specify in this other box, and then you click next. Ensure you filled in these details correctly before you click next, and ensure you've answered the questions correctly before you before you click on the next button. And so once you click on the next button, you come to the part that says program selection. At this point, you have to select the academic year you want to applying for. You select the campus, and then you have to select the program. Here it's Bachelor of Nursing and Midwifery, but you probably applying for this course or some other course, you specify it there. And probably applying for some other campus, you also specify it there. And probably applying for another, of course you'll be applying for 2025. So rather than specifying 2024, it would be 2025. And then once you're done with that, you click next and you move over. It takes you to the next section. The next section is where you upload your supporting documents. So you have to provide the required supporting information and documentation. Basically, you upload your school results, your school certificates. If you have exemption, you would have to specify. You have to specify your matriculation type and specify if you are rewriting any subjects. So your school name, you have to put it there. Your school contact number, the year that you passed, and so on. So this is where you basically upload your documents, and we are almost at the 7th section, or the 7th step, which is the final step in this application process. So once you are done with filling this part, I don't think it's over. So if you specify that you are, let's see the information there. If you specify that you are rewriting grade 12 subject, add proof of rewrite with National Senior Certificate scan as one document, and your application will be incomplete without proof of rewrite, and that proof must be certified. So I believe you've taken note of that. So you can also decide to add more academic profiles, and this is where you do this. You add, maybe you studied in various institutions, so you just add it here. You add the certificate or qualification you achieved at this point. You select the program, you write the program that you studied in such an institution. Probably you've studied in some other college. Here is where you add it. And then if you have a work experience, you can also upload it here. You specify the position you held in that place of work, and you specify the start date and also the end date, that is the dates you started working at that place and when you ended. And so if you have more than one work experience, you just have to click the add more button. If you have more than one academic profile, you would have to click the add more button to add this second and third and fourth one probably. And then once you're done with this, filling this part, you click the next button, and then you move to the next section that has to do with payment information. This is where you upload your proof of payment. That's why it's recommended that you although it's expected that you had already paid the application fee before even beginning the process, but if you haven't, it's not late. You just have to send your details, your application fee, to the following bank account, and then once you are done, you have to upload your proof of payment, and it's just below the account. You just you just click on this proof of payment, and then on clicking on proof of payment, you'll be able to upload your proof of payment, the one you downloaded to your device. So be sure to save your proof of payment immediately after you pay, so you can be able to use it to complete your application. So once you've uploaded your proof of payment, you click next. But however, you don't have to save it. It's automatically saved. All you have to do is, you don't have to save your application. It's automatically saved. All you have to do is click the next button, and the back button if where necessary. So once you upload your proof of payment, you now get to the final step, and that has to do with just reviewing all of your application, reviewing everything to ensure that there is no mistakes. And if there are mistakes, you can just simply use the back button to go back and correct that mistake. So if you've gone through all of it and confirm, and you believe that the information provided is correct and there are no errors, then you can hit the submit button. And then once you hit the submit button, you can now comfortably say that you've submitted your application. And now all you'll be doing from this point, probably,
well, if you still have questions, you can leave
monitor
them
the
in the
status of your
comment
application.
section.
Hope this video was helpful.
And
Please do well to
you can share
subscribe.
this video with friends. We would also update the description. We hope to update the description with the link to the application page. And so do well to check back on this video to see if you would find the link. It's important. Without the link, you can't even begin your application online. So do well to check back, please. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Peace.